And hello. Today I want to talk to you about going live, whether it should be on a phone or a computer. Does it make a difference, and why? And a little bit of the behind the scenes and how I have my setup so that you might get some ideas or see how to do it. So welcome, and it's so lovely to see you today. If you're joining me live, please say hello or on the replay and let me know where you're coming from. It's so interesting to see where people tune in from. I really appreciate everyone that joins me. And if we haven't met before, my name is Dodd, and I'm here on my business page to inspire, encourage, train, whatever I can, entertain sometimes, so that you can use the power of social media to leverage, to build up your business and see more different avenues of how to do this. So welcome. And it's Friday today, so I'm on the Pacific coast, or the western side of Canada and Pacific time, and I come to you live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at approximately 9 a.m. Pacific time. So let's get into it. So today I am on my laptop. But first of all, before we get into that, why do we even want to go live? What's the purpose of going live? It's so that we can get to know our audience. We can also educate, train, entertain sometimes, and engage with our audience. So you can see me talking live. I'm a real person. You can get to know me. I can get to know you. We can have a conversation and have a relationship. And so that's the whole idea. It's so much different than just having a written post. And if you want to engage and get to know your audience, that's how you build your business, leading with value and not the sale. And of course, the first thing about going live is letting go of perfection. I seem to have my words all twisted, my tongue tied this morning. And so it's, we don't have to be perfect on here. In fact, sometimes not being perfect is much better. People can relate to flaws and not to perfection. So it's just a matter of showing up and being consistent, and that's what's important. Okay, so phone or computer. Of course, if you're just starting out and you're doing a live, your phone is so much easier. It's right there. It's available. All you have to do is open it up, push the button, and go live. And it is better, of course, to have it on landscape this way and not portrait, because landscape gives you the full screen, and whereas portrait, you would have the black bars on either side. But anyway, of course, for beginners, I would definitely suggest doing it on your phone. Just open it up, turn it sideways, and away you go. Just talk away. So the next point is, if you do want to do it on the computer, you have to consider the age of your computer. Is your computer a desktop model, and does the screen have a camera? A lot of the older monitors don't have, but it's very easy, of course, to get just a little webcam, just a little camera that sits on top of your monitor, and they can be fairly inexpensive, but it depends again on the age of your computer, because you want to make sure you have enough memory in order to drive that, because videos do take up a lot of memory. One advantage of using your phone is there's so many filters that you can use when you set it up. Let me see if I can just do this. If I, let's see, of course, on your phone, it's so easy. You just, let me back up. Go to add a post. Oop, where are we here? Go to add a post, go live, and then you can add, turning it sideways. Oops. You can add all these different filters. So there's lots of filters here to add hearts and things like that. So that's really fun. but you can't do that on the computer. So and you can also draw on the screen, you can put in emojis and things like that. So if you want to have a little bit of fun, of course, the phone is wonderful for that. Then you also want to think about the intention of your life. You know, the phone is easy, and if you're out and about, you know, you might have a beautiful scenery behind you, or you're just on the go and it's time for your live. You can pull up your phone and it's easy to go. You don't have to worry about the computer. It's just one small little device. Right now I have quite a setup here with my computer that I'm going to show you in a moment. The other thing that's very handy to have is a selfie stick. I have a selfie stick that has a little bit of a tripod on the bottom, and I really like that, so that then if I'm out and about, I can use it as a selfie stick or as a tripod. So I wanted to just back up for a moment and ask you folks, how do you go live? If you're going live, let me know that. And what's your preferred method? Is it the phone, or do you do it on a computer? And if it's on a computer, is it a laptop? Do you sit at a desk, or do you do it out and about? Or just let me know, you know, what your preferred method is. Another way that I like to use my phone is with a floor-sized tripod. And I like that because I prefer to stand when I'm doing my lives. I have more energy, I can move around. I like to use my arms and things like that, as opposed to if I'm sitting, I feel very constricted. So I like the freedom to move around. I feel there's more energy. So because we do want to put energy into our lives. And so if you're sitting there and you're feeling kind of stagnant, then maybe try standing up, and that might give you a little bit more energy. The other thing too that's very important is the lighting. It's important not to have a window behind you, because then there's a glare and that your face is darkened. So on your phone, I have an Android phone, and I have a button on there that I can push to lighten things up. Right now I have an extra light here. There's lots of windows around which give me good lighting, because you want to make sure that your face is well lit. And I'm going to show you that. Another factor in how you set things up is about if you want to do a dual live, and that's where your screen is split and there's two people on either side. It used to be that you could do that on your phone just using Facebook, but they took that away because I think there was a lot of issues with that. I tried it a few times. Sometimes it would work and sometimes it didn't. So now you need a third-party software. Right now I'm using StreamYard, as you can see, and there's a lot of advantages to that. I have oops, wrong side. It's opposite here. I have the logo up in the corner there, and so that's really handy. And of course, then you can have your name down below. And as people come on, you've probably seen on my other videos, you can bring up their comments. And down here, you can change your banner. And you can do it on the fly as you go. So that's really handy. There's also lots of other tricks. Oops, that's not the one that I wanted. Banners. There we go, back to my name. And so there's other things you can do with this, and it's becoming more and more powerful. So for instance, I just want to show you, you can put pictures in front of your video. So I'm going to show you a picture of my setup. So it's kind of everything backwards here. And so this is this is a picture I took the last time I did a live. And so I have my laptop on a stand and a ring light beside me, so that it lights up, you know, the other side of my face, because I have a window on one side. And then I have my notes just hanging above me, because I always have notes when I do this. So so that's how I have my setup right now with a laptop. And there's also, you know, the computer side. The other advantage of being on the computer is, of course, having the ability to do these things, using this one software. And you can also show videos. Like at the end of this, I'm going to show my logo kind of out out video, you could say. So that will be at the end. Let's see, what else did I want to say? So you can show banners, you can show links, yeah, and it's nice when people leave comments, you can highlight it and it makes people feel important. And that's really important to acknowledge your viewers. I certainly appreciate all the people that come on live with me and leave comments. So it's just a way on the computer to up your game a little bit. Again, if you're just starting out, the phone is certainly a thing. It's getting over that fear of talking to the world and just getting yourself out there. And all these other things that you can do on the computer, that can come along much later. Don't worry about that if you're a beginner, but if you've been doing this for a little while, it's just ways to up your game a little bit. And let's see, what else did I want to say? Oh, yes. And the other thing that you can look into is bots. So, for example, you can use a third-party software called ManyChat. And what that does is it's a bot. And so if there are certain words in the conversation, then they will trigger the bot to maybe send a document right away, so that these things can happen instantaneously. If you're talking about a PDF or a document or something like that, then with the right word in the conversation, then that can be sent to the person right away. So things can be set up like that. Again, a little bit more advanced, but just to make life a little bit easier and, make sure that saves you, especially if you're out and about and you don't have time to go back and, go through the mechanics of sending some information, then your bot can do that for you. Another advantage of the computer, another feature, is to schedule in advance. And this is something that I should be doing more of, and I just have to be more intentional about it and think about it. I would set it up the night before, maybe put in my title and my description of the live and set it for a certain time the next morning. Then I have to be sure to be there and ready to go at that certain time. But I really enjoy it when other people do that. You can click on the set reminder and then it's right there and ready to go, and it opens up for you. Okay, so let me see what else. Let me just check my notes. Yeah, so I guess the most important thing is just going live. That's the key to getting to know your audience. Just get on there, whether it's on the phone or the computer. The phone is definitely easier, a little bit more fun with some filters. Just no excuses. It helps with your familiarity, getting to know someone. So if you truly want to build your business online and you have a computer or a phone or whatever it is, just might want to upgrade it, but get on and do lives. It's made such a huge difference, and also for my self-confidence. It is a wonderful personal development tool, is going live. And if you are really scared, you can always step into a challenge, and I may be doing some challenges myself in the future, and that gives you that excuse and that background and that community to help boost your motivation to get on. So I hope you have enjoyed that, and I hope this has been helpful. If you know anybody else who might benefit from that, please feel free to pass it along to them. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And until then, I will And I will see you again on Monday morning at 9 a.m. And so here is just another little tip just to end things off. And here is the quick little video. Oops. And that's how that's done. You can just push it and away it goes. Oh, and hi there. How are you? Great to see you, Mayan. Thank you for joining me. Wonderful to have comments. All right. And so that is, so until Monday morning, Pacific time at around 9 a.m., have a wonderful rest of the weekend and enjoy. Bye for now.